Hello Chris here. In this video we're going to make a realistic looking grass like this in Blender. So first open Blender, then select all using a key, then press delete to delete everything. Now we need to add a plane so that we can make our grass. So shift plus A, mesh plane. And now we need to scale this plane. S to scale 0.1, enter. Zoom into that using period key. S to scale, X to scale 0.1, enter. R to rotate, X to rotate among x-axis 90 degree, enter. Now we need to apply the rotation and scale. So Control plus A, rotation and scale. Select this, go to edit mode using tab, go to X-ray mode, go to front view using numbered 1. Select the bottom vertices, G to move, Z to move it to here. Select this one, go to side view using numbered 3, G to move, place it here, E to extrude again. Now we will get something like this. Now select this once. Control plus B to bevel and bevel it to here. As you can see, we'll get something like this. Now we need to scale this in the top. So select the top one, turn on proportion editing, go to front view using numbered 1, S to scale, decrease the proportion editing circle to something like this, X to scale among x-axis and place it here. Now go to side view using number 3, turn off proportion editing, select this, E to extrude and make our leaf. Then E to extrude again, E to extrude and make our leaf like this. Select the middle vertices. Select the middle vertices alone like this. S to scale, X to scale among x-axis and scale it to here. Now go to side view again. Select the tip vertices alone. S to scale, X to scale among x-axis, 0.1, enter. Then go to side view again. We need to bevel this so that it will get a leaf shape. So in order to do that, we need to select the middle vertices again. We need to bevel this. So Control plus B to bevel. As you can see, we will get a leaf shape like this. Now we need to rotate the individual leaves. So select this, Control plus to increase the selection to here. Change this back to 3D cursor, then R to rotate, Z to rotate, and rotate it to something like this. And do the same for the other leaves. Now we will get a grass like this, as you can see. Then come out of X-ray mode, go to object mode using tab. I think this is a little big here, so select this, go to edit mode again, select this one, turn on proportion editing, S to scale, X to scale among x-axis. Something like this, looks good. Now go to object mode using tab, select this, S to scale, Z to scale among z-axis, and place it here. Now Control plus A, rotation and scale. Now select this, G to move, Y to move along y-axis and place it here. Now we need to make another grass. So Shift plus A, mesh plane, S to scale 0.1, enter. S to scale, X to scale 0.1, enter. R to rotate, X to rotate 90 degree, enter. Control plus A, rotation and scale. Go to local view using /. Now go to edit mode using tab, go to front view, go to X-ray mode, select the bottom vertices, G to move, Z to move and place it here. Turn off proportion editing, go to side view using number 3, select this, G to move and place it here, E to extrude and place it here to make our leaf shape like this. As you can see, it's looking like this. Select the tip vertices alone. S to scale, X to scale among x-axis, 0.1, enter. Go to side view again. Select the center vertices like this. Shift to select the bottom one. S to scale, X to scale, and scale it to something like this. Now select the center vertices. Now that we selected that, as you can see, this is really small. So deselect this one. We can bevel this later. Control plus B to bevel. Make sure nothing is overlapping. Then select this one. Control plus B to bevel. And Make sure it's something like this. Now we need to rotate each individual grass leaf like we did before. Control plus plus to increase the selection to here. Change this to 3D cursor. R to rotate, Z to rotate, and make grass like this. As you can see, we got a grass like this. Come out of X-ray mode. Go to object mode using tab. S to scale to something like this. Control plus A, rotation and scale. Come out of local view using forward slash. Go to side view using number 3. Select this. G to move. Y to move and place it here. S to scale. Make sure it's at the same height like this. Select both of them, Control plus A, rotation and scale. Now we need to move this into a new collection. So select this, both, press M in the keyboard, new collection, grass original. Then click OK. As you can see, this will move to a grass original collection. Now we need to apply materials to this grass. So in order to do that, we need to download a grass texture. So go to textures.com and type in grass. I like this one. You can see the name here if you want the exact same one I am using. I'm going to download this 4K render first. Then scroll down and download this albedo. Then the normal map. Then the roughness map and the translucency map. So we download the albedo, normal, roughness and the translucency and this 4K render image. I downloaded this 4K render image. As you can see, we can't place UVs correctly in this one. So first we'll place UV on this one and switch to this one. Don't worry if you're confused. I'll show you how to do that. Then close this window, select this, go to UV editing workspace, select all using A key, press period key in the number to zoom into that one. Then press U in the keyboard, then click unwrap. As you can see, this will unwrap our first grass like this. Then go to object mode using tab, select this one, go to edit mode using tab, select all using A key, press U in the keyboard, unwrap. This will unwrap our grass like this, as you can see. Now we need to apply the material, so go to shading tab, press period key in the number to zoom into that one. I'm gonna apply the material to this one first, so select this, click new and change this name to grass. We need to enable an add-on, so go to edit preferences, go to add-ons and type in node and make sure this node wrangler add-on is enabled. Then close this window, select the principal BSDF, Control Shift and T in the keyboard. Then go to the textures we just downloaded and select the albedo, normal map, roughness map, then click principal texture setup. As you can see, we will get the albedo, which is base color to base color. Roughness, make sure the color space is non-color for the roughness and the normal map, and the color space is sRGB for the base color, and make sure this is UV. I'm gonna reduce the specular to something like this. Now select the base color. We go to UV editing workspace. As you can see, we can't place our UV in this properly since we can't see anything. Then go to shading tab, select the base color, then click this open icon and change this to the 4K render we downloaded. As you can see, select this, then open image. Now if we select this and go to UV editing workspace, we can see the grass leaves clearly. So first we are going to place UVs in this grass properly, then we will switch it to the albedo. So select everything using A key, press period key in the number to zoom into that one. I'm gonna go to material preview mode. As you can see, the UVs are not correctly placed, so I'm gonna maximize this window in order to place our UVs correctly. Select all using A key, then change this to individual origins, pivot point to individual origins, then change this to islands. Now S to scale, I'm gonna scale everything to something like this. Select all of this, auto rotate 90 and then select all using a key to scale it to something like this. And I'm going to place CVs correctly. You can use the shortcut 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the keyboard to go to vertex selection mode, edge selection mode, face selection mode and island selection mode. You can see my screencast keys here if you want to know which one I'm using. As you can see, we placed our UVs correctly. If I minimize this and go to object mode using tab, you can see our grass is looking like this now. Now we need to place the UV on the other one correctly. So select this one, go to shading tab, change this to grass and select the base color. Go to UV editing workspace, press period key and zoom into that one. Select all using a key. Now we need to place the UVs on this one correctly. Change this to individual origins, select all, S to scale, and arrange the UVs properly like we did before. As you can see, we place the UVs on this one correctly. We go to object mode using tab, we can see our grass like this. Then go to shading tab, select the base color, click open and change this to the albedo, then open image. Now if we select this and go to UV editing workspace, you can see the albedo is here instead of the 4K render we just downloaded. Now go to shading tab. As you can see, currently our grass is looking like it's made out of plastic like this. Now we need to add a translucency to it. So in order to do that, we need to add a translucent BSDF. So shift plus A, shader, translucent BSDF and place it here. We need to add an image texture, shift plus A, texture, image texture, place it here. Then connect this vector to vector and connect this color to the color of the translucent BSDF. As you can see, we got a principal BSDF and a translucent BSDF. Now we need to mix these two. So shift plus A, shader, mix shader and place it here. Then connect this to the bottom and connect this to the top. Now we need to open that translucency image. So click open, then change this to the translucency of the grass, which is this one, then open image. As you can see, now we got translucency to our grass like this. Gonna reduce the specular a little. Select this translucency and go to UV editing workspace. As you can see, it's placed properly. Go to shading tab, go to layout mode. If we go to material preview mode, we can see our grass got translucency and text to it now. Now that we applied material to the grass and move this to a new collection, we need to make a grass clump. So select this, both G to move, Y to move and place it here. And we need to add a plane, shift plus A, mesh plane. Go to solid mode, select the plane, press period key to zoom into that one, go to modifier properties, add modifier, subdivision surface modifier. I'm gonna increase this both to 5, then apply the modifier. Select this, go to edit mode using tab. As you can see, it's subdivided now. Then go to weight paint mode, go to top view and paint at the center of this. Change this to add and paint at the center of this to make a grass clump. Then go to object mode. As you can see, this is really big. So select this both, S to scale and scale it to here. Then control plus A, rotation and scale. Select this one, go to particle properties, add a particle by clicking this plus icon, change this to grass and change this to hair. Then turn on advanced and go to the render and change this to collection and change the collection name to grass original. As you can see, this is looking like this. Then go to the vertex groups and change the density to group. So you can see this is rotated like this now. So go to the rotation and turn it on and change this to global X. Now we need to randomize this. So change this randomize option to something like this. Then change this randomize face to here. Then go to render and change the scale to here. Increase the scale to something like this. Change the randomize scale option to 0.1. We don't need this much grass, so change the number to 200. Now we need to make this into a single object. So select this, go to modifier properties and click this make instances real. Then select this, delete that. Now we need to join this into a single object. So select the middle one, then shift to select everything else. Control plus J to join. As you can see, this will join it to something like this. Now we need to apply the rotation and scale for all of them. Select this, control plus A, rotation and scale. Then create new object data uses and apply transformation. Still apply the rotation and scale to that. Now we need to hide this grass original collection. So click this eye icon and this camera icon to hide it in the viewport and render. We don't need that anymore. Then select this one, press period key to zoom into that one. Now we need to move this to a new collection. So press EM in the keyboard, new collection, grass. Then click OK. This is our main grass as you can see. Now we need to make our plane so that we can place this grass properly. So we need to add a plane, shift plus A, mesh plane, S to scale 100 to scale 100 times, then press enter. If I press N in the keyboard and go to item, you can see it's 200 meters in XY direction. Now we need to apply the scale, select this, Control plus A, rotation and scale. Now we need to add a camera so that we can look through that camera. So shift plus A, camera. Now place it in an appropriate position like this. Control Alt and number 0 to place the camera to the appropriate position like this. Now shift plus grave key, place the camera in an appropriate position. Here to go to left and place the camera to a position like this. I think this is an appropriate position. Now select this plane, go to edit mode using tab, right click, subdivide, then go to this menu and change the number of cuts to 100. As you can see, we will get something like this. Now go to camera using number 0. Now we need to make hills. So select this, turn on proportion editing, G to move, Z to move, and make hills in a line like this. Now we got something like this as you can see. Then go to object mode using tab. Now we need to apply a displace modifier to this. Select this, go to modifier properties, add modifier, displace modifier, then change this to Z, then click new and click this show texture in textures tabs, then change this to clouds. As you can see, it's looking like this now. I'm gonna increase the size to something like this, then go to colors and change the brightness and contrast and change the values according to preferences. As you can see, it's looking like this. Select this, right click, shade smooth. Now go to modifier properties. We need to add a subdivision modifier, add modifier, subdivision surface modifier. I'm gonna change this both to 1, then minimize this. If you go to camera view, you can see our plane like this. Now we need to add a soil texture to this one. So select this, go to shading tab, select the plane, click new, change the name to ground. Select the principal BSDF. Now we need to download a soil texture. So go to textures.com and type in soil. I'm going to download this one. If you want the exact same one as I am using, you can see the name here, which is 3D scanned ground soil. Then download this albedo, normal map and the roughness map. Then close this window. Select the principal BSDF, Control Shift and T in the keyboard and select this albedo, normal and roughness map. Principal texture setup. As you can see, this will apply the texture to something like this. Then change this to object, change this to box and change this to box. I'm gonna decrease the specular to something like this. I'm gonna increase the blend for all of them a little. So you can see it's really small right now. We need to increase the scale a teeny tiny bit. So go to here. I'm gonna change this both to 0.65. Now we need to add an HDRI in the background. So change this to world and select the background. Control and T in the keyboard. This will add an environment texture. You can download free HDRIs from Polyhaven. Then click this open icon. I downloaded these HDRIs from Polyhaven. If you want the exact same one I'm using, you can see the name here. I downloaded this 8K HDRI from Polyhaven. If you want the exact same one I'm using, I have provided a link in the video description. Then open image. Now if you go to rendered mode, we can see the HDRI in the background like this. Then go to camera view using number 0. Then go to here. Then I'm going to increase this Z rotation. Change this render engine to EV as the cycle is slowing down. Then change these values according to your preferences. So you can see this is a good position like this. You can see the clouds here. Going to change this strength to 1.3. Then change this back to object. Now we need to apply the grass here. So go to layout mode, select the grass, which is this one, press spirit key to zoom into that one. Move this to the back of the camera, G to move, Y to move. I'm gonna place it here. Now select the plane, go to camera view using number 0, right click, shade smooth. This will smooth shade the plane. Now we need to add a particle system so that we can place the grass properly. So select the plane, go to particle properties, click this plus icon, change the name to grass. Then change this to hair. Go to render and change this to collection and change the collection name to grass, not grass original, grass. As you can see, it's really small right now and it's not aligned properly. Then turn on advanced and turn on rotation and change this to global X. Now it's properly aligned. I'm going to change this randomize option to here and change the face to something like this. Now if you go to camera view using number 0, you can see the grass is really small. Then go to render, change the scale to something like this. I'm going to increase the scale randomization to 0.1. Now if you go to rendered mode, we can see our grass in the background and our clouds in the sky. Then go to render properties. I'm going to change this to cycles. As you can see, the shadow is overpowering. So we need to add a sun lamp. Go to solid mode, shift plus A, light, sunlight. As you can see, we get a sunlight like this. This is because we added it to the grass collection. So select this and add it to the main collection. Then select the sun lamp, press M in the keyboard, new collection, camera and lighting. Then click OK. Then select the camera and move it to the camera and lighting collection. Select the plane, press M in the keyboard, click new collection, change it to ground. Then click OK. Now we added everything to the proper collection. Now select the sun lamp, go to top using number 7. We need to move this here. G to move, gonna move it to here. Shift D to duplicate and move it to here. Now if you go to front view using number 1, shift to select both of them. G to move, Z to move and place it here. Select this, art rotate and rotate it to here. Select this, art rotate and rotate it like this. Go to top view again, art rotate, then select this, art rotate. Now as you can see, our sun lamp is like this. Then select the one in the left and go to object data properties, this lamp icon, and change this color to a light yellow color like this. Then change this strength to 10. Then select this one, change the color to a light blue color like this. Change the strength to 2. Now if we go to rendered mode and go to camera using number 0, now we can see our sunlight got a lot more light here. Now we need to increase the grass amount. So select this, go to particle properties. Then scroll down and go to viewport display. I'm going to change this amount to 10%. This will only show the 10% of the total amount so that our viewport will not slow down. As you can see, we go to grass on the either side of the camera. We don't need that. So go to solid mode, select the plane, go to weight paint mode. I'm going to weight paint this properly so that we only need grass inside the camera view. That way we don't need the rendering power for all the grass. Now go to camera view and make sure the weight painting is assigned correctly. Then go to object mode. Now go to particle properties and change the vertex group density to group. So you can see we only got grass inside the camera view now. And change the number of grass to 50,000. As you can see we got a lot more grass now. Then save the file, save. Then go to render properties. Change this render engine to cycles. If you have a graphics card, you can find out it here by going to edit, preferences, go to system. Then cycles render devices. You can see the graphics card here if you have one. Have an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti graphics card and an i5 11th generation core CPU. Since I am using a screen recording, I am only using the graphics card to render. If you have an RTX graphics card, you can see in the optics option. These are all new options. I'm gonna select the NVIDIA graphics card only. Then make sure the auto save preferences is turned on. Then close this window. I selected the CUDA by the way. Then close this window. Then I'm gonna change this maximum sample to 60. I'm gonna do a sample render though. Then save the file, save, render image. Always save your file before rendering. As you can see, we got grass like this. We need to increase the grass amount and the scale of the grass. As you can see, this is really small right now. So select the plane, go to particle properties. As you can see, our grass is really small, so I'm going to change this number to 20,000. Then I'm going to change this seed number to 2. I'm going to change this to 2 since I like this coordination. Then I'm going to change this orientation axis to global Y. So I think that's more suitable. Then change this randomize option to 0.12. Then change this randomize face option. I'm going to change it to 0.05. Then I'm going to change this scale. As right now grass is really small, so I'm going to change it to 1.05 and change this scale randomization to 0.25. If we go to rendered mode, we can see our grass is like this. Then go to render properties, go to the color management and change this look to high contrast. As you can see, this will make our grass look more vibrant like this. So you can see the sunlight is too much. So I'm gonna change the sunlight value a little. So go to object mode. As my viewport is slowing down, select this sun lamp at the left side. We're going to top view. Select this one. I'm going to go to object data properties and change this value to 8. Then select this one. I'm going to change it to 1.6. Select this. I'm going to change this color to light yellow, something like this. Then go to camera view using number at 0. Then go to rendered mode. As you can see, we got a lot more grass in our scene. Then go to particle properties by selecting this plane. Since we only got small number of grass, we don't need that much rendering power. I'm going to change this to 18,000. So I think that's more than enough grass. As you can see, it's looking like this. Now then go to render properties. I'm going to change this maximum samples to 2000. Since we are going to do our final render, I'm going to increase this maximum sample to 2000. If you have a graphics card, you can change this to GPU compute as that will be faster, or you can use your CPU if that is your option. As I told you before, you can find your graphics card by going to edit preferences, then go to system and then go to cycles render devices. I'm using a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti graphics card and CUDA option. Then close this window. Make sure the denoise option is turned on in the render. And the color management is look high contrast. Then go to output properties. You can change the output of your final render here. I'm gonna change this to 200% as I want a 2K render. Then save the file, save, render image. As you can see, this will render our image. This is my final render. As you can see, in the next video, we will use this realistic grass and make a grassland with trees and bushes in it. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video so far, please give a like to this video in the bottom. And if you're new to this channel and you want to get more videos like this, you can subscribe to this channel using the subscribe button at the bottom. And if you want to get notified while I release new videos, you can press the bell icon below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.